It's Friday, August 15th. It's the day before the Arlington Million. Let's take a look back at the simulcast races in the early part of the Arlington card. While I was in the air, the opener at Monmouth, I liked number 2 PJ's Enigma. Went off at 4-5. He was in tight early, had a rail trip, had every opportunity, but just ran evenly to the wire to be third. My next selection was in the third race at Monmouth. I liked number 6 PJ Hooker. This is the PJs today. I went off at 5-2, and I thought that was an odd price for Paco Lopez being on board. He was never really in contention, ran evenly all the way around the track to be 5th. The 4th at Monmouth was my next race, and it was the first race that I got to watch live after I had arrived here at Arlington Park. 6 furlongs claiming race. Number 10, Out Wild Catton, is from the George Navarro barn. He's a 45% winner with Paco Lopez up. The crowd wasn't full. Went off at 3-5.
Captain on the outside of Pass Me a Bottle. Tina's Utopian Vision switched outside for the run around the far turn and comes wide off the turn in third. Top of the stretch. Out Wildcat and narrow lead. Pass Me a Bottle. Fully extended. Still second. Tina's Utopian Vision on the outside is trying to come on late down to the final 16th. Out Wildcat with a 2.5 length lead. Tina's Utopian Vision finishing with interest, but will be second best to Out Wildcat.
And I had my first winner of the day. The 4th at Saratoga, I like number 4 Street Girl. An optional allowance. Went off at 4-5 for Todd Fletcher. 3rd, evenly. Was right there at the top of the stretch. Couldn't get by. The 5th at Monmouth, we were on the turf. I like number 5, Vipera. I tripled the bet. I thought she just looked tons the best compared to the field. She went off at 7-5, tracked the speed inside. When asked to run on the turn, just ran evenly and was 4th. The 6th at Monmouth was a starter allowance. Number 4, El Botas, another George Navarro Monmouth Park 40% club. And I said this one might go off at a bit of a price because Paco Lopez was not on board. Indeed, 9-2 as they left the gate. Friday, August the 15th. Arlington Park Million Eve. Flew into Chicago this morning, right to the Hyatt Regency. Man, that's a nice hotel. Came out to the track, found out I'd won one race at Monmouth already. But in the first race that I bet live, it was at Monmouth. It was not a Paco Lopez horse. It was a George Navarro 45% Monmouth Park play. And I like number 4, El Botas, Orlando Boca Chica, right to the front.
5 cents is at the back. Off the turn, El Botas and Irish Media continue 1-2 to the 8th pole together. Nevsky on the outside in 3rd. Define trying to get going. Define big effort on the outside 4th. 16th out, El Botas and Irish Media. El Botas fending off Irish Media, and it will be El Botas on the wire. 3/4 of a length.
Oh yeah, did you see the price? I said he'd be a price. Paid $11.40, 10 to win. Got back $57. Nice way to start the live betting. Oh, that's nice. First ticket that I actually used money to bet on here at Arlington, and I cashed for almost $60. The opener at Arlington, I like number 1, Dream of Jean E. It was part of an entry, scratched. I thought about getting out of the race, and I thought, no, I'm here, I may as well bet. And the entry was getting well bet. In the opener at Arlington, I like number 1, Dream of Jean E. Scratched. So I went with the entry. Case Cracker right to the front.
Case Cracker side of it 2.5. Smiling Gambler in the 3 path there for Maria Thornton and picking up. Savvy and Spiteful receiving ground with Chuchi just in back of the front end gaining. Lordliness pulled to the front outside. Case Cracker leads them into the stretch. Half mile for Case Cracker. 46 and 1/5 seconds leading by 4. Into the last Case Cracker comes. But Chuchi is staying.
Down towards the last 60. It's Case Cracker still 4 ball ball to win fighting. Close to the finish above Chuchi. It's Smiling Gambler. Lordliness for Case Cracker.
Yes, I win the opener. First win at Arlington. No, 2 wins in a row since I arrived in Chicago. And it was the 8th at Monmouth. And it was a field that was a real mixed bag of runners. many of them were coming out of last out maiden claiming winners, or they'd never been 2 turns, or both. So I gave the edge to Paco Lopez. Number 6, Sweet Henrietta, way in the back, came rallying down the stretch.
Cinderella Time racing through toward the inside. For all the Cathys is also there. Sweet Henrietta comes very wide off the turn, and Jersey Babe was wide as well. Top of the lane, Sahara Moment with a 5-length lead in the 8th pole. But on the outside, Sweet Henrietta is coming on late. Sahara Moment is light weary. Here comes Sweet Henrietta flying by. Sweet Henrietta taking over with 50 yards to go. Cinderella Time into second. Sweet Henrietta, the 2-length winners.
And I had 3 wins in a row. The second at Arlington, I like number 1, Fleet Encounter, who was part of an entry. Went off at 2-5. The guy in the paddock even said he didn't like to bet favorites, but he thought 4-5 was great value on this entry. Right to the front with the other half of the entry, Fleet Encounter, who was a horse for the course, zeroed in on the top one, took over at the top of the stretch, and then photo finish. Oh, second. The 8th at Monmouth, we were on the turf. Todd Breed looked much the best, had a stakes record. This was an optional allowance claimer with conditions that were for stakes winners, basically. Joe Bravo had him way too back. Thought the pace would be fast, but instead it was 49 for the half, 113 for 6 quarters, and was a late running third. The third at Arlington, I like number 3, Royal Alluvial. When she was well bet, I decided to double the bet. E.T. Baird took the lead into the stretch. Stretch duel! It was the third at Arlington. We were going a mile on the turf. My selection was number 3, Royal Alluvial, who had dominated 2 main track sprints, will now stretching around 2 turns on the turf. She had a history of winning like this. She had E.T. Baird for Wayne Catalano, and they were winning at 57%. My original plan was just to bet the minimum. She was being pounded early, so I doubled the bet. Took the lead into the stretch, and then here came a closer. Photo finish!
Half mile at a flat 50 seconds. Tavis Prize made this move into third, being asked to pick up. Toward the inside is Passchendaele, now 4th with less than 3 furlongs to go. Danny Nicky a wide run, but in touch, 5 lengths off this leader now. Royal Alluvial at the quarter pole. Don't be telling me Black Cap Red Sleeves. Suspended Moon cuts the corner now as they come toward the top of the stretch. 3 quarters, 1 minute 15 and 3/5 seconds. In the final furlong and a half, Royal Alluvial led. Passchendaele toward the inside with a furlong to go. Suspended Moon, who was last on the back of the course, now third.
Outside the corner, 16. Royal Alluvial. Suspended Moon, turning the outside.
The bet got back nearly $25. Man, that's nice. Oh, nice. I had my 5th winner. The 9th at Saratoga was the John Morrissey Stakes. I like number 1, Saratoga Snacks. Went off at 3-1. It was between horses, had no stretch punch. 4th. The finale at Monmouth was a maiden claimer. I like number 7, Lucy Action. Was George Navarro, 40% club, 52% first off the claim. Went off at a nice 4-1. Right to the front, in front by 4, heading for home. Here came the favorite, and I didn't like the favorite at all. Oh, caught him right on the wire. Man, that would have been nice. So now we're ready for the last 3 races here at Arlington. And tomorrow is Million Day. We're outside the Arlington Million Room as we look at the last 3 races of the day here at Arlington. In the 4th race, I like Prince of Madness with Rosemary Homeister up. Pressed the pace early, then nothing through the stretch. Evenly, 7-2, finished 3rd. In the 6th, we were on the turf. James Graham was the leading jockey here at the meet. He was riding the favorite number 3, Syncopa. Rated on the rail in 5th. Made his move, swung 3 right into the stretch.
Backstretch run, and the others obliging to let Cardston lead them as they go in back of the Little Woods. It's Cardston by a length and a half still. 2 for all the marbles. In that 2nd spot, outside the half-mile pole, Papa Josie, Silver Rocket Man, 3rd and 4th. There's been no twist in the plot. Syncopa patiently ridden toward the inside. 6 lengths off the leader still. Karsten is Sankofa, but improving now to 3 furlongs out. Fort Dakin getting a nudge to go, and Regimented trails still. Around the far turn, Karsten trying to do it all the way in the lead from For All the Marbles, who's been switched out by Eddie Perez for a clear challenge. Papa Josie up the rail, Sankofa 3 wide. Silver Rocket Man is spun wide. Fort Dakin taking closer order, and Regimented up the fence. They're homeward bound. It's Karsten trying to seal the deal. Here comes
Oh yeah, it's about time I won a photo finish. Paid $3.60. I doubled the bet, got back $18. That's my third win, 3 here at Arlington. In the 7th race, this is non-winners 2 Lifetime, St. James Park. He was favored again for James Graham. As they said in the paddock analysis, they thought last time he inherited the lead, he'd be better rating off the pace, but instead he went right to the front, led them to mid-stretch, and weakened late to be 3rd. My best bet of the day was to be in the 8th, but never mess with Richie Scratched. So for the day, overall, I was 6 for 16. That's nearly 38%. It was a really good day. So the betting here on track, I made money, lost a little online. Still, it's a great first day. Tomorrow, millions.